Hey everybody, I am David, and today I'm going to be telling you my ranking of the Arrowverse from least best to best. And I compiled a list of all the seasons from Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, and I added Constantine as well. And I'm going to read you guys off my list. And if you're wondering, David, what's going on with the DC TV recap? Gotham was on this week. I'm going to tell you it was a good episode, but I'm not going to do a recap for it. I'm just going to do the season finale next week, and that's it for Gotham. And that's it for all the DC TV shows. So with that being said, let's get right on to this list. I'm going to start reading it. There's 13 seasons of these shows in total. So let us begin. At number 13, I have Arrow Season 4. Yep, this is the least popular season of Arrow. What can I say? Damien Dark, maybe, magic doesn't really mix well with Arrow. Plus the illicity drama, I think that kind of brought it down. But unlike most people, I'm actually a little bit lighter on this season than most people are. Yeah, it is my least favorite season of any of these DC TV shows, but I do think that there are still some solid episodes within there. I mean, let's not forget there is an Arrow Flash crossover in there, as well as an episode with Vixen, which was really exciting. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's go to the next one. At number 12, I have Constantine. Constantine, some people might be surprised that it's very low on the list. I'm going to admit it. Even though I thought Constantine was okay, I did think it was a little boring also at the same time. I stuck with it till the very end, though. I just want you all to know it because I was going to give a second season another go because I had hope for the series, and I really did like the pilot more. It's just after that, it kind of became a Supernatural knockoff, and that's pretty much the reason why it's a little low on the list. It's like, if I want to watch Supernatural, I'll just watch Supernatural. I did like the character of Constantine, and I really do like Matt Ryan as that character. So that's why I stuck with it. And plus, I was hoping it would get integrated into the Arrowverse, which it did, funny enough, in the season that I just talked about of Arrow not too long ago. And it was a great episode too, so unfortunately the whole season. Okay, anyways, let's get on. Next, I have at number 11 Legends of Tomorrow Season 1. These first three on my list are kind of similar. The three of them are down there because they're a little boring at times. And Legends of Tomorrow is no exception. But the reason I put Legends of Tomorrow a little bit higher is because I do feel that with the Legends, it was more of a practice round for the producers and the writers. There were still some solid episodes, like that episode where they go to the future and see Old Man Oliver. And there were a couple of other episodes here and there, and moments too throughout the series. And I thought the season finale was actually pretty strong. But for the most part, yeah, it was a little dull at times. And you can feel that it was the producers and the writers trying to figure things out in season 1, what they wanted that show to be. And I feel like they found it in season 2 more, which we'll get to eventually. So season 1, unfortunately, you're at the bottom of my list. Next, at number 10, I have Supergirl Season 2. This is the season of Supergirl that just wrapped up. I actually like this season a lot, but I do feel the second half of the season kind of got dragged down a little bit with the whole Maggie and Alex drama relationship and Mon-El and Kara's relationship. I just feel like that's something that I do not care for in my DC TV shows, is when the shows become a little bit of a soap opera. And I like those relationships when they're happy and fun and cool, and I like it when they flirt around and stuff like that, But when they get into drama territory, it's like, come on, I've already gone through this with 10 years of Smallville. I don't need this now in my modern day superhero shows. So let's move forward past the soap operas and let's just get to the superhero drama. That's what I want to see. Next, number 9, I have Arrow season 3. Arrow season 3 actually started off really strong. It's very similar to the way Supergirl was. I thought both seasons started off very strong, except Arrow was even stronger than Supergirl season 2. Mostly because, and it's funny because Supergirl had Superman in the beginning, and those first 2 episodes of Supergirl in season 2 were amazing. But Arrow felt like it was continuing off where season 2 left off. In season 2, we'll get to it, but I thought season 3 really did great, especially when it got to that episode where Ra's al Ghul and Oliver were fighting on top of the mountain, and they made us think Oliver was dead, and how is he going to survive this? Are they going to use the Lazarus Pit? So many things. You can go and watch my video. I know it's one of my higher viewed Arrow videos, and I went apeshit insane that day. And I remember Arrow was even trending for 2 or 2.5 days straight on Twitter, and I never seen Arrow or The Flash or Legends Legends I never see trend, or Supergirl even trend on Twitter for 2.5 days straight. Like, that episode clearly left an impact, had people talking for probably the whole week until the next episode finally aired the following year, because that was the mid-season finale. So bravo, Arrow writers. That's the kind of stuff we want to see again. Like, leave us on the edge of our seats, but next time give a better payoff, because the second half of the season is where it started turning into the illicity drama that would ruin season 4. Number 8 on my list, I have The Flash season 3. This was the season that just ended with Savitar and all that. And it has similar problems to what season 2 would have. When I get there to later, you'll know what it is. Or you'll know what it is now, because I'm going to say it. Flash season 3 came off 2 really good seasons. And it was very similar to what had happened in those previous 2 seasons. In the way things were set up. Now, they did take a longer time revealing who Savitar was, while the other 2 actually didn't waste time, and they revealed it pretty early on. But that's the problem. I think Savitar's identity should have been something that should have been revealed a long time ago, because when the reveal finally happened, some fans were already guessing it. Some fans, like myself, who were a little slow, didn't guess it right away. The reveal was great, but I felt the payoff was actually a little down. There were still some really good episodes, but unfortunately, a lot of it did feel like rinse and repeat kind of situations. I don't want people to think I hated the season, but it wasn't the strongest. Number 7 on my list, I have Supergirl season 1. I enjoyed season 1 a little bit more than season 2. I really like season 2 as well. Season 1 was just a fun ride all the way through, and I didn't feel like it got dragged down due to some relationship problems. Yes, there was the Jimmy and Kara relationship that they were flirting with all season long, but it didn't drag it down. So Kara was a very optimistic type of character that the show stayed fun throughout. So that's why Supergirl season 1 is a little bit higher. Number 5, I have The Flash season 2. This season of The Flash, very similar to season 3, it was kind of a little bit of a rinse and repeat. They did do some things to shake it up, and they introduced some new things to explore, which was really good, like the alternate Earths. I like that we got to visit Earth 2 and see a little bit of other things that were on that Earth, on how Barry's life could have been. For the most part, though, I think, the season did step into some familiar territory with its main villain, Zoom. I thought Zoom was a great villain, especially in the beginning when you didn't know who he was. But when the reveal was made, I think I was shocked because I wasn't expecting it. And then the twist with the prisoner that Zoom had held captive, when he was revealed at the end, it was like, oh, wow, okay, that's interesting. So it did have some differences enough to kind of separate itself from season 1. But again, they did have to take those same beats, which I wish they would have shaked it up a little bit more. At number 4, I have Arrow Season 1. This was the season that started it all for the Arrowverse or Flareverse, whichever one you prefer. It's a really solid season. And this was a season that, when it first started, some people thought it was going to be a failure right away. And some people kind of laughed at the idea. Green Arrow TV show? Come on, what? And it worked, man. And because of it today, look at what we have. We have this whole universe of TV shows, which is pretty freaking awesome, that a lot of people really love right now. At number 3, I have Arrow Season 5. This was the current season of Arrow, and like I said, man, it went back up to form. They did not disappoint. There might have been a few episodes in between somewhere that I can't even remember that were probably, that wasn't too great. But for the most part, this was a really strong season. And I'm really happy I stuck with the show. I never give up on many of my shows that I watch. I'm always there till the very end. And with Arrow, I'm always happy that I stuck with it even through season 4, which was the weakest link. And I know some people got off, but that's why I'm saying get back on. You won't be disappointed with season 5. It is a season that makes up for the last year and a half. At number 2, I have Arrow Season 2. This is the strongest season of Arrow ever. It practically gets everything right. I can't even think of a negative thing. Maybe the final battle with Slade could have been a lot better. I felt they made Roy better in this season. Laurel had a pretty rough start in the beginning, but I think, if I remember correctly, they kind of fixed her up later on after she got over her drug or alcohol issues. Katie Lotz as Sarah Lance was introduced in this season as the original Black Canary. She was great. Every time I go back and watch season 2 or an episode of season 2, I always remember how much I miss her on Arrow. It's great that we have her on Legends now, because I do really think, especially with season 2, she serves great as a leader on that show. But I kind of do miss her on Arrow, and the 100th episode of Arrow in season 5 kind of reminded me of that. And, that's why I think season 2 is up here. There's so much greatness in this season. It's definitely the Dark Knight of Arrow. Finally, number 1, I have The Flash Season 1. No surprise here. The Flash Season 1 to me is the greatest single season of any of these superhero TV shows, past and present. That includes shows like Smallville, Lois and Clark, the 1960s Batman show. I don't care what superhero show you think is great. The Flash Season 1 is the show. It is the show that I will not even spoil it to my brother about things that happen in Season 1, because I think it's such a great experience to watch for yourself and to learn what happens in Season 1 on your own. Because I think it is a great binge watch. Season 1 is the greatest binge watch because I think you can watch it from beginning to end and you want to know what happens next. Even though you think you know what might be going on, you don't know everything. And that's the great thing about The Flash Season 1. It keeps you wondering, well, what is going on? And when they introduce other elements of The Flash that the comics have, like time travel, that gets really cool, and that's what I love about The Flash Season 1. I think it's a really enjoyable ride all the way through. And if you haven't checked it out, if you're watching this video, you checked it out. If you haven't checked it out, why are you watching this video? Just go freaking watch The Flash. Well, start with Arrow, then go to The Flash. Because guess what? Arrow Season 2 introduces Barry Allen. So you kind of need Arrow Season 1 and 2 to get you set up for The Flash. or the Arrowverse in general. So with that being said, guys, my video is done. That is my top, those are my rankings for the Arrowverse seasons. I hope you guys like this list. List down your rankings. There's 13 seasons in total. If you've seen all 13 of these seasons of all 4 or 5 of these shows, if you want to include Constantine, let me know. And believe me, I'll check them out. I always do. Even if I don't reply back all the time, I'm reading every comment, even the negative ones. So with that being said, like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment, talk, discuss, and until next time, take care.